this morning, Trump was tweeting himself awake, and he admitted in one of his tweets that Russia helped him win, and then immediately did a U-turn. The Daily Beast has it this way: in an ill-tempered series of tweets sent this morning, Trump said he had, quote, nothing to do with Russia helping me to get elected. End quote. I didn't have anything to do with them helping me get elected. Not me. This dumb son of a bitch. Do you need more than that? With reporters jumping on this fresh admission as Trump appeared on the White House lawn almost immediately afterward, the president contradicted himself. And on the White House lawn, he said, quote, Russia did not help me get elected. Russia didn't help me at all. As you know, this orange son of a bitch has repeatedly denied that Russia intervened in the 2016 election, ignoring the intelligence from 15, 13, 16, 17 U.S. intelligence agencies, every single one of them, who presented evidence to the contrary. And it continues. Trump is counting on Putin helping him maintain his presidency and get Republicans elected so that Trump can become the dictator he wants to be. So Trump continues to ignore the evidence to the contrary. Most famously, you remember when was it in Helsinki when Trump sided with Vladimir Putin over every single U.S. intelligence agency, who said the evidence is overwhelming. Mr. President, the evidence is overwhelming of Russian influence and interference. And what did Trump say? Trump said, I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be. I will tell you that President Putin was extremely strong and powerful in his denial today. If Trump is not to be impeached, then get the fuck rid of the impeachment clause or section of the U.S. Constitution. If not Trump, who? This morning, Trump also wrote, quote, Russia, Russia, Russia. That's all you heard at the beginning of this witch hunt hoax. And now Russia has disappeared because I had nothing to do with Russia helping me get elected. It was a crime that didn't exist. I had nothing to do with Russia helping me get elected. You ignorant piece of shit, you. I had nothing to do with Russia helping me get elected. It was them, not me. Christ. And minutes later, when Trump was out there with reporters, he tried to walk it back. He said this, you know who got me elected? I got me elected. Russia didn't help me at all. Russia, if anything, I think helped the other side. Trump is the type, if someone with full and certain knowledge says, Trump, you're a liar. I'm not a liar, you're a liar. What? I'm not a liar, you are. You're fat and ugly. I'm not fat and ugly, you are fat and ugly. You're a traitor. I'm not a traitor, you're a traitor. You eat boogers. I don't eat You eat them. Jesus Christ. In an interview with Time magazine shortly after this piece of human waste got elected, or had the election handed to him, Trump said of Russia, quote, "I don't believe they interfered. That became a laughing point, not a talking point, a laughing point," end quote. Another meeting with Putin in November 2017, Trump said this, quote, "Every time he," referring to Putin, "every time he sees me, he says, 'I didn't do that.' And I really believe that when he tells you that, he means it. But he says, 'I didn't do that.' I think he's very insulted by it, if you want to know the truth. Don't forget, all he said is, he never did that. He didn't do that. I think he's very insulted by it, which is not a good thing for our country." What? When Mueller gave his little talk yesterday, he reiterated that Russia did interfere in the election that wound up putting this orange fucker in the White House. If you remember, Mueller closed his comments by saying, quote, "There were multiple systematic efforts to interfere in our election. That allegation deserves the attention of every American," end quote. At this little gaggle with reporters this morning, Trump added, quote, "Impeachment's a dirty, filthy, disgusting word. I haven't done any high crime, and there was no misdemeanor." Yeah, that's a quote. "There was no high crime, and there was no misdemeanor." I'll see you next time we get together. In the meantime, take care. Keep it lit. I'm Mike Malloy. Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcast. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.